Hi everyone, once again. So I have Vikas and Pramod with me, and today thought, we keep listening very mixed statements about certifications. Few people say that uh, let's go for certification. It's a value add. It can help you in getting the job, or maybe it can help you enhance your knowledge. On the other side, few people say that no, certification is not adding any actual value. It's just for making money. So we thought let's discuss about this topic today. And so, what are your thoughts? Maybe I'll start with Pramod.
Sure, Pratik. Pratik, I'll talk about myself because I have done a lot of
Mhm.
certifications, especially, during the COVID time. I recall I was appearing for PMP during COVID, and just one day before the exam, my exam got cancelled. I got an email that your money will be refunded. And
Mhm.
then I prepared very hard for it. And my that time, I was leading a team, and I had this vision, okay, that if I get PMP certified, that will add to my knowledge and implementation of how you do a project execution, the
Mhm.
actual implementation. And then after that, I just started like on a mission, and I did couple of certification like Prince 2 practitioner. Now there are
Uh-huh.
two levels in Prince 2, and then many in the Agile. So I became Scrum Master, Agile coach. So definitely I mean, if I talk about myself, over a period of time, having so many certification, it has added to my knowledge.
Mhm.
And most importantly, when you are in that particular role and you get the opportunity to implement those, that gives a
Mhm.
leverage. You have an upper hand because you have the basic understanding how to do it and how to go about it.
Hmm. Hmm. So, do you feel that learning all those things through a certification, or you would have learned all these things from maybe YouTube or reading some blogs or reading the books? There could be any difference in these two.
Yeah, there is a difference definitely. Like having a classroom training, wherein the person is actually explaining you the
Mm-hmm.
context, the detail of it. Wherein you are attending something in Udemy, where is one person is going through and you can't interrupt, you don't have a Q&A session. So there's a whole lot of difference in the virtual and classroom training. What I feel. Now this could be my
Hmm.
opinion, but nowadays, everything is online. You can go to Udemy or you can go to YouTube, etc. Whichever platform is
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
But there is a difference.
But I
Yep.
think in that scenario, Pramod and Pratik, there are two school of thoughts, right? First of all, if you want to do bowling, it's bowling means you want to run a game in real life, right? And you are listening or seeing the Udemy course, how to bowl and what is the right gesture, you will not be able to bowl, right?
Mm.
Similar in the corporate culture, there are a lot of things. The problems are different. So
Hmm.
I Udemy course, etc. is fine, but still I would say the practical knowledge plays a pivotal role. I'll differentiate here two things, Udemy courses versus the certification. Certification is more structured and based upon years of research. I'm talking about credentials certification like a PMI certification, SAFE certification, Scrum Alliance, these kind of certification body, even ICP. So these are really a valuable add-on to the people. Also, if a person have the enterprise knowledge, the real hand knowledge, then definitely it will add on. So if you'll
Hmm.
see, few people are doing certification first, then applying that into the actual learning. And I have
Hmm.
seen people, they are working in the actual environment, and after that they are doing certification to get to know. So it's about thirst of the knowledge. If you
Hmm.
want to learn, you will do certificate, apply it into the practical environment.
Hmm.
Either if you will go to the practical environment, you want to learn more, go to the certification. So rather than discussing what is better, what is not, I think both of these are complementary to each other. See, certification provide you a structured knowledge. Let me tell you one example. If you are working in a team and you have done the Scrum certification, let's take the basic one, just Scrum Master certification. In the real scenario, you may not be looking all the matrices required, but you have done the certification. You understand that what kind of things will be required in day-to-day life, right? In the
Hmm.
current life, current project, current client, I'll be a bit monotonous, but certificate will provide me a lot of case studies as well. So I would
Hmm.
say both are important. We should go with both, not the one thing. If you are certified, you are not implementing, it's not work, right? In that way. That's
Very,
my take on this point.
very,
Pratik, on a
very
lighter
well
note,
explained.
I mean, just to share, like in long back when I gave an interview and he asked, like, okay, you hold a good amount of certification, but I don't think you have that much of knowledge because I also so people start judging you also. Like if you
Yep.
put down, okay, say three, four, and then you are not able to answer few of the questions, so they are judging you. Okay, that if you say this much, then you should know 100%. So there are the other side to it as well. And like you asked at the start, definitely some people just take it for the advantage, just to leverage and scale up or go to the next level.
Right. So if you are just having certificate on your resume, maybe it can give you some kind of credibility. You can get some advantage over the competition you are having in the market. But it does not mean that having certificate is everything. Yes, with that certificate, you should also hold that knowledge or experience. As Vikas said, that when we get that knowledge, then we go and experiment with that knowledge, and then probably we'll get more experience. Certification gives you knowledge, right knowledge, because it is coming from the research, years of research and experience of somebody, not somebody, but you can say group of people, and then only somebody has collected it in a organized way and offering you as a certificate. So rather going through any random blog or watching a random YouTube video, you don't know that who is telling you what. At least certification gives you authenticity. You are learning the right thing, but certification gives you knowledge only. Once you go back to your organization, you start using that knowledge, then you develop the skill over the period of time. I also keep delivering certificates. So I'm a accredited Kanban trainer. I keep delivering some non-certification Scrum trainings as well. And you know what I have seen? In few scenarios, participants are coming because they are sent by their managers. They are pushed basically, go and learn. Somebody is thinking that, okay, by having the certificate, probably, it is going to change my life. Sometimes people ask that, I don't want workshop. Can you issue me the certificate? And they are paying you for that. It is going to be completely unethical. Yes, we should avoid all these practices, but these type of participants or these type of learners, certification is not going to help them. Now, the other type of scenario when people are coming and they are actually having the hunger of learning. They are asking about their own scenarios. Somebody is working on the maintenance kind of project. The other one is working on core development project. Their questions are different. Their scenarios are different, right? Their challenges are different. In fact, whatever I'm telling them, they are visualizing different picture in their mind. Now these type of people, obviously when they are coming to your workshop, I feel lucky, like it's a value add from my workshop. With that, the certification is going to be value add for them as well. So this is
Definitely.
my take on it. Yeah.
Definitely, Pratik. I can relate this because I just last week I concluded the safe LPM training. And the batch was really full of energy. They were asking a lot of questions related to their scenarios. Even they were not following the safe in their project, but they were trying to relate the things they learning. And in fact, we end up discussing a lot of real life case studies in that course. And for a trainer or facilitator, it is like a bliss if you find that kind of batch that they are coming up with the real problem. You are
Hmm.
not only teaching them, they are not only learning. Even as a trainer, we are getting a lot of things. Okay, this is the scenario, and in this scenario, how they are tackling and what can be the right thing. Sometime it is really a brainstorming sort of things that what can be right and what cannot be the right thing. So it's a really I
Hmm.
can relate. This is a very wonderful point, Pratik, which you bring.
Yeah,
So I
sometimes
would just
even we
like
get
to
to
add,
learn.
yeah,
Haha.
sorry. Yeah. No, so it's like, in the IT professional now, there are 87% of IT professional who have at least one certificate in today's market.
Hmm.
And then, there are like, 46 to, or you can say close to 50% IT professional who feel that, certificates certifications are not needed. You just need to have the real time knowledge. So there are mixed, people. Some feel like technical certification is needed, some feel like professional certification. So there are very categories to that. But then, yeah, the market is very I mean, it's like splitted into two different sections, wherein one section feels like, okay, this is required, and one other feels not required.
Hmm.
There's a kind of a dilemma, I would say.
See, also, Pramod, you cannot do each and every certification, right? You need
Yeah.
to you need to figure out, right?
So
In
because I would,
2000,
add like I recall the company said, we all making you go for the DevOps certification, and I was like a project lead. I
Hmm.
went
Hmm.
for the certification for 2 days, and then it was a classroom training. We all were the participant, all team members of the project. There were 25 people. At the end of, like initially I found it very interesting. After the training also I did some, AWS and S3 bucket free, some free limit and all that. But later on, with my roles and my skill set, I was not, supposed to go on that lane. So eventually what
Hmm.
happened,
Hmm.
that knowledge of DevOps, it got vanished, because I didn't implement it myself. I was not
Hmm.
in that role. So that was a waste, and I also felt like it wasn't required. I initially added to my, like, okay, you can say, resume or something, like, okay, that
Hmm.
I have
Hmm.
done it.
Hmm.
But then eventually I felt, no, I'm making a mistake, because if someone asks me, I don't have an actual idea.
Yeah.
So, I had that experience, better experience, I would say.
So right, see, obviously we cannot go for each and every certificate, and whenever we are going for any certificate, we should basically research about it, what that certification is offering, what is my role, is it aligned to my need or whatever I do in my day-to-day job. Also, one thing, let's say we are doing Scrum, for example, and there can be a number of organizations or institutions which are offering Scrum. Once you acquire that knowledge, there's no point you are going and collecting the Scrum certification for all of those renowned institutes. Now, what new you are learning? If you really understand that what is the need of Scrum or what framework is all about, and what are the other practices which are going to be beneficial, then you don't need to collect all those certificates. Um, a part of this, I think once you learn, you gain that knowledge, then don't start following it as if something written on a stone. Yeah. Based on your scenario, maybe implementation can be little bit customized, can be little bit different. In my scenario, maybe it can be little bit different. The problem comes when people start saying that no, no, we should not do it like that. Scrum says this. I have learned Scrum, and now I understand that how that particular framework is going to help. Now, ultimate goal is not to implement Scrum perfectly, but to run the business perfectly, generate ROI. In that, whatever way Scrum is going to be useful or Kanban is going to be useful, we have to identify those areas that okay, what learning I can use where. So, absolutely.
definitely. Definitely, Pratik. Actually, it's required. Sometime I have seen agile coaches going to the team. Okay, we need to do it in this way because this is the way which is written, or which is this is the way this framework works. But the idea is, whenever we are going to start any transformation, we need to think, we need to discuss what we want to achieve with this transformation.
Hmm.
We want to achieve the ROI, we may want to achieve or the reduce go to market, we want to improve quality of the solution as well. So first we
Yep.
need to understand what is the purpose of this transformation. If we are deviating with the standard process as well but meeting the purpose, then I think if that's ethical, we should
Right.
go with that. See, also whenever you were explaining, I was remembering when you said, okay, one person is doing this, same person should be doing the similar way. If you ask Sehwag to play like Sachin or Rahul Dravid, or Rahul Dravid to play like Sehwag, it will be a disaster, right?
Hmm.
But
Correct.
they know where their sweet spot is, how they need to play, right? So
Yep.
similarly, it is applicable to the organization, to the certification, to the individual and process as well.
Yeah.
I understand because you are saying that it's like a need basis and whether it fits your purpose, your objective. Because otherwise, I have seen like people running, for the certification just for the sake of either promotion or either hike or either switching a job. But then at the end, market में लोग बेच भी रहे हैं.
Hmm.
लाइक अजाइल में इतने टाइप्स आ गए हैं कि भाई एक करते हैं तो पता चलता है अरे इसका नेक्स्ट लेवल भी है, इसके भी ऊपर है.
Yep.
तो अक्षय कुमार का डायलॉग है ना, अरे इसके ऊपर भी या अल्लाह कुछ है क्या वालों, एक मूवी है ना
Correct.
गली. तो वैसा हाल हो गया है. बट आई थिंक जो आपने कहा बहुत अच्छा कहा कि आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव, आपका पर्पस, आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है तो आप करिए. जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ शोकेस और डिस्प्ले पर्पस वो पीडीएफ मत बनाओ उसको यार.
Yeah, many certificates that you need to renew them every year or every second year. So I have done a lot of certifications in my career, but there are few certificates which I still renew them wherever I find value. There are few certifications I have completely stopped renewing them because my goal is not to having that logo on my resume or somewhere. Rather, whatever knowledge I needed from them, now I'm having it. Honestly, I'm paying $100 per year. I don't need that. So you don't need to go for it.
एब्सोल्युटली प्रतीक, पब्लिक को ये समझ जाओगे यार, मतलब कि
Right.
उसकी जरूरत है कि नहीं, कि यार
Right.
शोकेस, शोकेस जो डिस्प्ले में है वो कुछ टाइम ही अच्छा लगता है.
Hmm.
तो रियल नॉलेज इज द
Good,
वैल्यू.
good. I
क्या
think this
विकास
is
सर?
a good conversation because, but just want to like summarize on this point. Basically, one point is very clear. We need to understand the need,
Hmm.
what they need. It is not always that do certification first, implement later. You may go and learn and do the certification as well. But definitely, certification at a structured value because it is coming from a highly researched group, what is
Yep.
beneficial. So if you have the certification, you have that knowledge, then definitely it will be helpful. But do not bound or do not be in the prison of any certification, any process, rather than looking towards the business objective. I think that's something which we want to highlight, right?
Makes sense, Vikas. Yeah.
फेयर पॉइंट विकास, फेयर पॉइंट. Cool.
Wonderful. I think this is a wonderful conversation. Thanks, Prateek, for initiating this burning point. I think
No problem.
many of the people will really get a benefit from this conversation whenever they will be deciding which direction they should go.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Prateek and Pramod, and thanks to myself as well for
Thanks,
participating.
everyone. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. See you again.